Yes, we are finally ready to kick off another season of the English Premier League. Finally, after 33 long days of not waking up to football post the World Cup, everything is right with the world once again. Welcome to the Armchair Galacticos podcast. Matchweek 1 is here. 10 games, 4 days, 20 clubs making their first statements of a 38 match week season. Every single game tells you something, not everything. You might have to wait a little bit for that, but something for sure. First impressions matter, early goals matter. The shape of a team in the first opening minutes tells you what a manager has been building up in the preseason and what they failed to build up as well. The couch has been paying very close attention and is giving you his supremely confident but highly questionable takes on every one of these games. Let's go through all 10 of them chronologically, with picks, with reasoning, even if extremely flawed, and with the kind of confidence that comes from sitting on a couch for long hours, watching the trajectory of the ball from one end to the other across many different pitches, many different stadiums. Let's start with the season opener at the Emirates, Arsenal versus Coventry City. The defending Premier League champions, Arsenal, after 22 years of waiting between titles, take on the newly promoted side, Coventry City under Frank Lampard. For Arteta's, after years of near misses, they finally did it. And now they're itching to do it again. The storyline here is the contrast. Arsenal are the unquestioned favourites to win it all this time. Everyone's saying so, not just the couch. Coventry City, on the other hand, they're the romantics. 25 years outside the top flight, finally back. Lampard's redemption arc is playing out in real time. This is a lovely opening fixture in one sense, an extremely difficult one for Coventry City in every other sense. So what do we watch out for? Can Coventry City hold a defensive shape for the first 45 minutes? Can Lampard's side make Arsenal work? The couch suspects yes, but just for the first 30, maybe 35 minutes. And then, class will tell. The couch's pick, Arsenal 3, Coventry 0. In imperial fashion, the defending champions, or as Arteta likes to call them, the attacking champions, announce themselves with authority. Coventry mount a late charge, but will be thwarted by David Raya and by the woodwork. The couch cries a single dignified tear for Coventry and immediately returns to his stoic title watch mode. Now let's talk about the games on Saturday. The first, Hull City versus Manchester United. Hull City is at home. Michael Carrick's Manchester United, in his first league fixture in this season, as a non-interim United manager, traveling to MKM Stadium. This is turning out to be a fascinating subplot. Trippier, arriving on a free from Newcastle, has Premier League experience that can really help Hull. And then Hull also has some quality with Louis Coyle, Ryan Giles, and Ollie McBurney, who leads the line with the kind of physicality that will test United centre-backs for, let's say, the first 15-20 minutes. But then United have this new guy, Tielemans. Some may call him the summer's most quietly excellent signing. While Tielemans is orchestrating that midfield now, he is the kind of player who controls tempo. And with that exciting forward line, good things are here to stay. By the time Hull notices Tielemans, United would have already won the second half. The couch is picked. Hull 1, United 3. Carrick's men look organized, they look clinical. Hull scored to make it briefly interesting before United put it beyond doubt. The MKM Stadium makes noise, a lot of noise, but not enough noise. Takes on Crystal Palace at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. It's their second season in their new home. This clash is likely going to be as textbook of a mid-table clash as it gets. David Moyes versus Pierre Sarge, two intelligent managers, two well-organized clubs, but two sides that have no interest in being embarrassed on opening day. The football will be tight, structured, and dare I say, a snooze fest. It's likely going to be decided by moments of individual quality. And talking about individual quality, watch Jean-Philippe Mateta. The Frenchman was one of the Premier League's most reliable finishers in the last couple of seasons, and Sarge will want him to carry that form directly into match week 1. Against Everton's disciplined defensive shape, Mateta's hold-up play and movement in the box will be Palace's most dangerous weapon. The couch says 1-1. Everton scores from a set piece. Moyes teams always score from set pieces, and Palace equalize through Mateta on the counter. Both teams leave with a point and the reasonable argument they deserve 3. Well, the couch knows that both of them deserved 1 for this boring and frustrating game. Well, there's always week 2. Sunderland takes on Ipswich Town. How is this going to turn out? Well, two clubs, very different trajectories, very different levels. Ipswich, the Galacticos pick to be bottom of the table, a squad that needs the transfer window to deliver more before it ends. Hosting Sunderland, who the couch thinks will have another brilliant season. Another brilliant season by Granit Xhaka, who's back in his second Premier League season with Sunderland and is already their heartbeat. A year of leading this young squad has only deepened his grip in the midfield. And if he controls the tempo like he always does at Portman Road, Sunderland win. It's that simple. Isidore, remember him? The one who scored that screamer against Morocco for Haiti in the World Cup? He's ready to make a big splash this year. Will this be the game where that happens? We'll see. The couch says Ipswich 0, Sunderland 2. Xhaka anchors the midfield. Isidore does the big splash. Portman Road goes quiet by 70 minutes. Not the best start for Gary O'Neill. Nottingham Forest versus Leeds United at the City Ground. Will there be a twist in Oliver Glasner's managerial debut for Forest against Daniel Farke's surprising Leeds? Two managers who understand exactly what this kind of fixture demands. Leeds will be nervous, but that's par for the course. The City Ground, with that atmosphere and that crowd behind Forest, is certainly one of the more intimidating opening day venues for anybody. Morgan Gibbs White will be the key. Forest's heartbeat, the player Glasner builds everything around. In tight, low-scoring games, he is the player most likely to produce the moment of quality that settles it. His movement between the lines, his ability to carry the ball under pressure, he will be the difference. The couch's pick, Forest 1, Leeds 0. Tight, tactical, decided by a single moment of quality. Gibbs White gets it, creates it, or scores it. Perhaps he does all three simultaneously. Well, he can walk on water. Leeds show enough to suggest they belong at this level, but not enough to take a point from this match. Both sets of fans leave wanting more. This is the Premier League at its most honest. Brentford versus Tottenham Hotspur. The G-Tech Community Stadium. Keith Andrews, in his second season as Brentford manager, against Roberto De Zerbi in his first full season at Spurs. De Zerbi heads into 2026-27 with Sandro Tonali, £100 million of Italian midfield as his engine room, and with Mateus Fernandes, another surprisingly expensive midfield purchase to complement him. This is a brand new midfield. The question is, how will it operate within De Zerbi's high press system? Brentford are settled. Brentford are organized. Brentford are deeply dangerous at home. Andrew's side has the Thomas Frank effect still running through its veins, even though it's 1 year later. And perhaps the Spurs may also be dealing with some dying embers from their own version of the Thomas Frank effect, which almost got them relegated last year. An away day opener against a Brentford side who have now spent 2 years becoming a highly efficient Premier League machine. This is a difficult first game for any Spurs team, regardless of inflated budget or not. Kudus is a fitness doubt, which matters. Brentford won't be punished on the counter as aggressively with his absence. The couch's pick, Brentford 2, Tottenham 1. Ego Thiago scores 1. Tottenham look threatening, but sometimes threatening to themselves. It is a new full season, a new system being fully deployed for the first time. It's opening day, so let's give them a pass. Andrews Brentford are organized from minute 1. De Zerbi walks away muttering some charming Italian phrases under his breath, already plotting next week. Hey, this was just another Spursy moment. Nobody should be surprised. Everybody recovers. Brighton versus Aston Villa. The Amex Stadium. Hurslers Brighton, second season, increasingly settled against Unai Emery's Villa, coming off a summer in which they lost a lot of important players, but retained their manager and, more importantly, retained their ambitions. A draw here for Villa is not a disaster. It's an away point at a difficult ground against a technically excellent team. A win for Brighton is exactly what Matchweek home form should provide, but doesn't always. The couch says 1-1, a contest of genuine quality. Both teams will have spells of control. The goal comes from an error on each side rather than a moment of genius. Both managers will learn something about their squad. The couch learns nothing new about either club and proceeds to talk about match 8. Manchester City versus Bournemouth at the Etihad. Enzo Maresca's first home game as the City manager, and against Bournemouth, the club nobody wants to face to open the season. A really uncomfortable narrative for the new man. The Etihad crowd will be watching every touchline decision. They'll be analyzing, they'll do a root canal, they'll compare every substitution to a decade of Pep. That is not fair, but that is what life at the Etihad is going to be. The post-Guardiola transition begins in earnest on this day. Erling Haaland will score. The couch states this with the same confidence that one states when you say Tuesday follows Monday. His connection with whoever plays behind him in Maresca's new system will be a subplot worth watching and analyzing. Bournemouth arrive organized and won't be embarrassed. Marco Rusa, taking over from Andoni Iraola, will continue the same principles. Junior Krupi is out injured, which dulls their attacking threat, but this is Bournemouth. They believe they belong here, and they are right. The couch's pick, City 2, Bournemouth 1. Haaland scores, of course. Something comes from Doku in transition for the second. Bournemouth make a late consolation. They're that kind of side. which makes the final moments of the game a lot sweatier and a lot messier than Maresca would have preferred. He wins his Etihad debut, but it's not pretty. The Guardiola transition tax is being paid in small installments. Newcastle United versus Liverpool. That's the Galacticos game of the weekend. St. James Park, 52,000 people, the most hostile away ground in England. And Liverpool, Andoni Iraola's title challengers, carrying Isak and Wirtz like weapons, coming to face a Newcastle side in a rebuilding year. This is the match of the opening weekend. It is not close. The headline, of course, is Alexander Isak returning to his former home. St. James Park absolutely used to adore him, but that is in the past. He will receive the exact opposite of a standing ovation, dare I say, a standing boo-vation. The crowd will make his afternoon as difficult as possible. His ability to hold up play, to link with words in behind, and still perform under that wall of noise is the question that is worth asking. If Isak scores here, the Liverpool title challenge gets off to the start Iraola needs. Newcastle, on the other hand, are in a difficult season. They lost their coach, they lost their captain, they lost their heartbeat. And to boot, two of their key players, Joelinton and Livramento, are both injured. But then they still have St. James Park, which tends to be an extraordinary weapon regardless of who is available to play. The Gauchos pick, Newcastle 1, Liverpool 2. St. James is brilliant. Newcastle fans cause problems. Unfortunately, the Newcastle players don't do enough of the same. Isak scores against his old club through a wall of blues. That script writes itself. And Wirtz adds a second to remind everybody exactly why Liverpool spent a small fortune to get him. Newcastle pulled one back late. The Reds are happy. The Magpies are not. And now on to the last game, which is on Monday, Fulham versus Chelsea. The West London derby to close off the match week. Craven Cottage on a Monday night. Arbeloa's Fulham, the Gauchos pick to get relegated against Xabi Alonso's Chelsea. Two former Real Madrid men, two former Real Madrid coaches in the same year. No quarter given. Alonso is now into his first full season at Stamford Bridge. Cole Palmer will be key. The most creative, most dangerous, most important Chelsea player. The one who turns a good team into a great one when he decides a game needs deciding. Will that Cole Palmer turn up? Or will it be the Cole Palmer we saw snooze through the season last year? Fulham will fight. They always fight in derbies. Their crowd will be excellent. Arbeloa will set up defensively and look to counter. That is a smart approach. The Couch respects it. But the gap in quality, specifically the gap in their midfields, the gap between Palmer and whoever is in Fulham's midfield, is too much to bridge. The Couch's pick, Fulham 1, Chelsea 2. Palmer scores. Caicedo dominates midfield. Fulham score. They always score in derbies and make the final 20 minutes genuinely messy for Chelsea. Chelsea see it out. Alonso takes 3 points. The Fulham decline starts quietly, precisely as the Couch predicted. The Couch notes this in the records, says nothing, just watches. So that was the Couch's take on game week 1. The early returns will arrive by Tuesday morning. The Couch will be waiting. The Couch will be watching. The Couch will be wrong about at least 3 of these, give or take 5, but that is a part of the contract. That's the Armchair Galactico's read on Matchweek 1 of the 2026-27 Premier League season. The couch is signing off. Right about some of it, wrong about most of it, same as always.
This is the Armchair Galactico, coming to you directly